And Bond's thinking, here we go again. His first at bat against Smoltz. These are the first 3 pitches. He got nothing, and he didn't like it. He went 0 for 3 in the game, and once again was not a factor offensively. His streak of at-bats without a hit with men in scoring position in the playoffs has gone to 23. Meanwhile, Mark Lemke keeps doing it. Lean tries to make the play, but Sid Bream comes home to give the Braves a quick 1-0 lead in the 2nd inning. Lemke also outstanding defensively. Mike LaValliere with a grounder that looks like it's going up the middle. Lemke there and then throws to get it. Bottom of the 4th. Braves up 1-0. David Justice on first, and the former Pirate first baseman Sid Bream doubling toward left center off Doug Drabek. Justice comes all the way around from first to score, and the Braves have a 2-0 lead. Next batter was Ron Gant, and he lays down the sacrifice bunt. Now Orlando Merced bobbles it and then throws it away. Bream comes in to score, and Atlanta on its way to a 3-0 lead. They get some more. Bottom of the 5th, Jeff Blauser, the Braves' hottest hitter over the last 35 games, hits one out of here. A solo homer to left, making it 4-0. And Doug Drabek hates when that happens, as the Pirates go down 5-1. Chico Lean hit a solo homer in the 8th inning, ending a Pirate string of 29 scoreless innings. Lemke, a career .226 hitter who hit .417 in last year's World Series, went 2 for 3 on Tuesday night. Smoltz led the way to push his career postseason record to 3-0.
My main concern was the first couple guys on that lineup. If the first guy gets on, Bell bunts him over, and now you got 2 tough hitters in a row. And I just always believe never make 2 guys bigger than they are. I mean, I respect them like I respect anybody in the league, but at the same time, I know that there's 7 other guys that can hurt you.
The thing about Smoltz is fastball, he wasn't really throwing that for a strike, but he was throwing that hard slider and his forkball over for a strike. And those are 2 tough pitches for anyone to handle.
Certainly you'd like to win as many games as you can and as quickly as you can. So game 1 is very important. Well, like I said, we did win it the last 2 years, so it doesn't necessarily mean that's the winner of the series, obviously.
And John Smoltz toys with the Pirates in the regular season, but when it comes to the playoffs, nearly untouchable. In the postseason the last 2 years, he's unbeaten against them and had a string of 18 scoreless innings. Ray Knight and Mark Schwartz have more from Atlanta.
He had enough, so when Lou and Cincinnati owner Marge Schott met Monday to talk about a contract extension, Piniella's mind was made up. It was time to move on. So he did. Piniella is done as skipper in Cincinnati.
I didn't resign, actually. My contract was up, but I just didn't want to come back.
Well, we all guessed Lou might not be back after this scuffle with reliever Rob Dibble in the Cincinnati clubhouse last month. Piniella as Cincinnati skipper, 255, 231. They won the World Series in 1990. Finished with 90 wins this season, and really that's a remarkable accomplishment considering the names Rijo, Dibble, Sabo, Larkin, Morris, Sanders. We don't even have Browning up there, guys who were on the disabled list for key portions of this season, yet they won 90 games. Most of the players said they were sad to see Piniella go. If they stay in the organization for the next manager, maybe Tony Perez, maybe Sam Perlazzo, the third base coach, or Double-A manager Ron Oster. Now, most baseball observers think Piniella will not get one of the expansion jobs in Florida or Colorado. Where will he return to managing?
Postseason. And Avery going at Bonds right away. Swings and he doesn't get it. And then Avery comes right back at him. Strike 3. No score. Bottom of the 2nd. 2 on and nobody out. Jackson already in trouble. Damon Berryhill playing because, of course, Olsen out for the postseason, singling to score Brian Hunter and give the Braves a 1-0 lead. And when it's autumn, this guy's automatic. Mark Lemke lines one back up the middle, scoring Ron Gant, giving the Braves a 2-0 advantage. Lemke's career batting average in the playoffs with men on, .458. Still in the 2nd. Braves up 3-0. Jeff Blauser, their hottest hitter in the last 35 games or so, a triple. Into right center. Lemke is in. The Braves with a 4-0 advantage. Top of the 5th, Jose Lean's grounder. Stabbed by Blauser, who flips to Lemke. They only get 1, but it keeps the Pirates from charging back. Bottom of the 5th, down 4-0. Bases loaded as Bob Walk serves it to Ron Gant. And that's a grand slam, only the 6th grand slam in League Championship Series. Gant's first career grand slammer, and an 8-0 Braves advantage. on their way to going up 2-0 over the Pirates. Bottom of the 7th. Mike Stanton hits one that Bonds has trouble getting to. He's not only having trouble hitting, he's having trouble fielding here. Another run scores. An exciting time in Atlanta, unless you own your own cable network. Braves win big, 13-5. The 18 runs combined sets a new playoff record, surpassing the Mets and the Braves, 17 runs in 69. The Angels and Orioles had 17 in 1979. Mark Lemke goes 3 for 5. Bonds and the Pirates down 2-0.
It's still won. We made it close and made it a 1-run game, and they still won the game. Tip your hat to them.
No excuses. We have to go out and play a good brand of baseball. We have to play good fundamental baseball. If we don't do that, then we're going to lose.
We keep swinging the bats, we're going to put them in the hole. So, you know, overall, I think their ball club is not playing up to their ability right now, because I've definitely seen them play a lot better, and hopefully they'll like start next year.
And in the first 2 games of this series, Bonds 2 for 6, Van Slyke 2 for 9. Historically, that's the way they have hit in their playoff careers. This a minimum of 50 at-bats. And with Candy Maldonado in there, 3 of the 6 worst playoff averages are.
We take you there, and, well, payback time. Start with the first. In the first. Jay Bell back through the box, brings in Gary Reedus, off Steve Avery, and it's 1-0 Pirates. Bonds gets his chance. The invisible man shows up with the gap into right center, brings in Bell. It's 2-0 Pirates. And would we see a smile? Yes, the first smile we've seen from Barry. Jeff King. Otis Nixon has all kinds of problems with this one. Misjudges it. Bonds would trot home 3-0 Pirates. Up next, Lloyd McClendon. Gant can't catch up with this one. King would score 4-0 Pirates. McClendon's double was the 4th double of the inning, an NLCS record. That would be it for Steve Avery. He faced 6 batters, allowed 5 hits, 4 runs, 31 pitches. As for Bob Walk, the money man for this team, he retired the first 10 batters and got some help from the Gold Glove winner, saving a run. And the sign says it all. They head back to Atlanta. Pittsburgh wins it in convincing fashion by the final of 7-1. This win, by the way, came on the 20th anniversary of the Bob Moose Wild pitch against the Reds back in the 1972 playoffs. Bob Walk wasn't even in the starting rotation when the playoffs began. His first 3 hitters since his rookie year with Philadelphia in 1980. Glavine against Wakefield in Game 6.
For the A's, things would fall apart in the second. It is scoreless. No, it's not. Barry Bonds says see you to right field, his first career postseason homer. He's now hitting .250 in the postseason. 1-0 Bucks, and the onslaught is on. Jeff King singles to left center field. Next hitter, Lloyd McClendon, in there to get the right-handed bat in there, and it's a shot in there, a single over Lemke. He had 3 hits on the night. Then Don Slaught shoots a double to the gap. King will score easily, and then the cutoff from Lemke, the relay to the plate to get Lloyd McClendon. The throw is up the line. McClendon beats it 3-0, and Bobby Cox says not happening this time, is it? Jose Lean, the next hitter, a ground ball to Blauser. Throws to third. He gets away from Pendleton. Slaught scores. Everything going wrong for the Braves. It's now 4-0. Then Wakefield sacrificing. Glavine throws to third. Pendleton doesn't even tag him. There was no force play on. It's falling apart. Next batter, Gary Reedus. A bloop to right, didn't hit it hard, but you knew in this inning it's going to fall in a disastrous inning. 5-0, nobody out. Jay Bell up with 2 on. And the ballpark would not hold. A shot to left field. His 4th hit in the series, but a backbreaker, and the Bucks are feeling it. Up 8-0. Tom Glavine, the worst inning in LCS history for a pitcher. 1 inning, 6 hits, 7 earned runs. And Tim Wakefield was on the mound for manager Jim Leyland. And Wakefield got some defensive help behind him when the knuckleball was hit. Jeff King, great play there to rob Damon Berryhill. And Wakefield gets his 2nd complete game of the series. Only 2 others have done that in League Championship Series history.
Good stuff working and protecting that lead with good defense. Andy Van Slyke robbing Ron Gant, and it's worth another look. Drabek and the Pirates had a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 9th. The Braves begging for hits, hoping for a rally. Terry Pendleton, 1 for 21 against left-handed, hitting left-handed in the series, I should say, delivers a double off Drabek to open the 9th. Then David Justice steps to the plate. and hits the grounder to Jose Lean. Only 6 errors during the regular season, but this a big-time boot. Runners at first and third. That had everybody up and hollering, slapping and high-fiving. After Sid Bream walked to load the bases, Ron Gant with a shot deep to left of the warning track. It scores Pendleton, 2-1 Bucks. Drabek out. Stan Belinda comes in, and Damon Berryhill, a 3-1 pitch. Randy Marsh behind the plate calls it a ball. He had replaced John McSherry, who left early because of dizziness, so the bases are loaded. Then Brian Hunter popped out, so there were 2 away, and the bases loaded. Francisco Cabrera facing Belinda, and he delivers the single to left. Justice is in to tie. Here comes Sid Bream to the plate, and he is in there. Braves win. Braves rally. Braves win. Man, oh man, what a rally is the Braves. The former Pirate, Sid Bream, the Braves rally to pull it out. Could be the last game for Bonds as a Pirate. It's worth another look, and here's how close it was on the throw by Bonds. Mike Lavalier's tag. He is in there. And the Braves pull out a 3-2 victory, scoring all 3 in the bottom of the 9th inning. The Pirates stunned, and Francisco Cabrera, the overnight success story for the Braves. They had used every position player except third-string catcher Javier Lopez before Cabrera pinch hit. Jeff Reardon ends up with the win. Drabek his 3rd loss in the series. John Smoltz, the most valuable player. The Pirates losing in the NLCS for the 3rd straight year, and the Braves are going to the World Series.
Hey, baby!
But I feel real good.
Real good, is that it?
Good, I mean, excited. There was a lot of commentators or whatever sitting there saying, and down the back stretch. And I was slapping myself a little bit as well in the rear end, trying to get myself going. But it was a tremendous ball game.
When he hit the ball, I said, oh, man, come on, Sid, let's go, let's go. Beat those fellas now, bring the mail home. And when Sid slid his safe, I lost him.
I'm sitting on the bench there. We got Bilecki rubbing my tomahawk. I'm doing the rub here. We're just praying that we can get something going. I mean, you're down to Frankie Cabrera. Come on, Frankie, hit another home run like that Dibble. No, but then we got to have Sid scoring from second.
And Jimmy Leland knows I went right after him. You know, you just got to base it. You know, it's part of the game.
You know, we've been in a situation 3 times, and we've come real close 2 times, and, you know, it just didn't happen. And now that it hasn't, I am not going to beat myself.
They said last year, 1991 was a miracle season. That's not a miracle season compared to what we just did. That's a miracle win. I mean, I tip my hat to the Pittsburgh Pirates, first of all. These guys could have folded. They could have threw the towel in after we jumped out 2 on them. I mean, they're class act over there. They don't have to hold their heads down about anything. But, you know, you talk about a miracle win. It don't get any better than that.
Well, the Pirates rallied to force a 7th game. The Braves rallied to win it, and Francisco Cabrera, a late-season call-up from the Dominican Republic, had only 11 at-bats before the big one. He had the hit of his career in this one. In his only previous appearance against Belinda, he homered. Cabrera came to the Braves from the Blue Jays as part of the Jim Acker trade in 1989. He's a bigger star than Dion this time around. Cabrera has, however, come up big for the Braves before.
The 0-1 pitch to him. Swung on, driven. Deep left field. This game is tied, folks. It's out of here. Cabrera.